AM time check now, 21 minutes to 9. And we're very privileged and honored to have with us in studio this morning Justine Shanley Botha. There's a story which has got the hashtag and also the Facebook page, JusticeForBabyLiam, which has got a lot of traction recently. And it is really a very, very traumatic experience that Justine underwent. Hospital's alleged negligence and delayed treatment led to the death of a healthy baby. I have absolutely no idea how you managed to process and cope with a thing like that, Justine. It can't be easy, but let me just start by saying thank you for making time available and for joining us in studio to tell us your story this morning. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you, and thank you for having me.
Only a pleasure. And you have your sister Kazel with you. Morning, Kazel.
Good morning, everybody.
Justine, let's. I know the story, and I think many people that are tuned in this morning already know the story. But for those who don't, can you briefly go back to this incredibly painful episode in your life? It goes back to the month of May. Take us back to the start and talk us through what happened, if you don't mind.
So I was admitted at Dora Nginza Hospital on the 12th of May. I went there with my hopes all up, and I was actually thankful that they would have helped me. So when we got to the clinic, the doctor, he said that as soon he examined me, and he said that they will immediately induce me when I get to the ward. They will, if the inducing doesn't help, he will use the balloon method, which I didn't know anything of.
Okay, so you're pregnant, you're going into hospital, this is your first child
Yes.
You're going to have. Okay, continue.
So I was happy. I still Googled, watched YouTube videos of how the process will be and what to expect. And I don't know how many hours we sat there. I think it was from 6 o'clock in the morning till 1 o'clock when they admitted me. But when we sat there, all the ladies went for a scan before they got admitted.
Okay.
But I didn't get one. So no scan. So they went back to, I think the last scan, which I did, was in April. So they used that scan to say, okay, the baby is in the right position. The baby is ready to come. They can go ahead and induce me. So when we got to the ward, there was no chairs for me to sit on.
What did you have to do? Lie on the floor? Stand?
I had to stand the whole time, up until just before visiting hours, which is 3 to 4.
Wow.
So I was standing there, waiting for a chair, waiting for a doctor to examine me. They gave out food to all the ladies in the ward. When it was my turn to get food, sorry, ma'am, the kitchen didn't prepare enough.
So you're standing for a couple of hours. You're not being given any nourishment. What was the attitude of the staff towards you? Were they caring, or was it one of, well, it's your own problem, we don't really mind?
Yes, it was more like, it sounds like a you problem, not a mine. If you ask for something for pain, which the other ladies at that moment, I didn't have any contractions or any pain, I was still okay. But when they also asked for medication, a Panado or something, they were just ignored. So I waited for visiting hours, and I waited for my family to come. But unfortunately, my family wasn't allowed to visit me in the ward. They had to meet me outside. So I went outside, I had something to eat.
Had to walk outside, or
Yes.
wheelchair?
No, walk. At that time, I could still fully, like, up and down. I wasn't, like, tired, and I just wanted to be out. So I tried to be strong. I tried to keep everything in, but it was a little bit too much. But eventually my mother then gave me something to eat. They also told me I can't have all my, like, my bedding, the sheets and all that. I can't have that with me. I must send it home.
Why?
I honestly don't know. But the 6 to 7 visiting hours, my mother then came again, because again, they didn't give me anything to eat. Then my mother brought me a fleece blanket and a gown, seeing that I'm still not allowed to have anything with me at that time. I couldn't even have clothes for my baby if the baby was born. So they had to rush up to hospital if something like that happens.
Justine, who's making these decisions? Who's telling you that these are the rules, and do they apply to everyone? They sound insane.
It's the nurses there, and then also the nurse that's in charge of all the beds. She also told us that we mustn't settle for less. We must get a husband for us to get us on full medical aid and not come to Dora, because this is how it's going in Dora.
Wow.
So for up until the 15th, the 14th, the doctor examined me again. I begged for a C-section because the contractions got worse and worse and worse. But he told me I will give normal birth. So at that moment, I just wanted the C-section because I could feel that the child won't come. The child is a little bit too big. That's how I felt.
Okay.
It is my first child, but I don't know. I can't explain how I felt at that very moment.
Mother's instinct.
Yes. So then he told me, no, the baby's heartbeat is still fine. Everything is still fine. So I can just wait and give normal birth. I begged and I begged. I can't even remember how many times. But then when it was visiting hours, my mother then came again. I begged the doctor in front of my mom. And then my mother explained our family history where no one could actually give normal birth. They all had a cesarean. So he told my mother very rudely that that's got nothing, my health and my situation does not have anything to do with my mother. I begged again 3 times and he still didn't want to give me the C-section. So on the 15th, they induced me around about 11:30. Then I got very sick and I couldn't eat. I couldn't even keep water in. So I had to run to the bathroom the whole time and I was vomiting. I told the nurses, they asked me what must they do. So I told them that I'm vomiting. I can't keep anything in, not even water. So she told me that if you vomit here, you will clean it up yourself.
Wow.
So it went on and went on. I think just after 1 o'clock on the 15th, they stopped the induce. I don't know how they reversed something. They put something in a drip. Then the contractions got worse. It was only blood running down my legs and stuff. So I phoned my mother. I asked her, I begged her to just come clean me in case I have to go in now to theater. The nurse just told me that it's normal. It's nothing, it's normal. So my mother came and she was busy cleaning me, and then it just got worse. The maternity pad fell on the floor, full of blood, and it was just like a bloodbath around me. So then they only decided to send me to the theater to get an emergency cesarean.
C-section. Okay.
And then they couldn't push me. They asked my father to push me down because I'm too big, I'm too heavy. So he pushed me down to the theater, and then rudely all the staff told him he must go out, he doesn't belong here. What is he doing here? My family couldn't stay there because that's our hospital rules, the protocols there. And then I was lying in bed, still crying and crying, asking for help. No one helped me. Now, if I understand correctly, if it's an emergency C-section, they are supposed to do you immediately. I was lying there from the 6 to 7 visiting hours up until just before 11.
4 hours.
Yes. And then I was crying. I asked them, can they just do it now? And then they forced me to push. There was, I think, 3 to 4 student nurses, doctors there. And all of them, they were busy examining me, not knowing what they're doing because they kept on, I feel the child's head. I feel it. Push, push. So I tried everything and it still didn't work. They grabbed the child's head, and I think that's why my child has bruises on his head. They grabbed and they tried to pull the child out, but the child didn't come. Eventually, when I got to the side where they operate, I asked for a phone to phone my mother and my husband, and then they told me they don't have airtime. I must wait. I asked them, can I then just buy airtime or something, fetch my phone, let me just phone my mother. And eventually someone came and then I phoned my mom to say I'm going in now. And still I had to wait again. I think it was half an hour or hour before they helped me because there was other ladies more in need of having a cesarean than what I was in need because my baby's heartbeat was still fine. So eventually they helped me. And then there was a moment when I was in theater where my vitals dropped. But I just kept on praying and praying so that I can see when they take the child out and what the whole process is like, to be prepared in future to have another baby. So they gave me 3 epidurals. The first 2, my child was still moving. I could see he made like waves in my stomach. And with the third one, obviously I was numb. I didn't see him move, and then they started cutting. When they opened me, they took the child out, there was no cry. I just saw a dead baby.
Spine chilling.
And then they tried to resuscitate him in front of me. I don't know how long that was going on for. And then the more I asked, how's my child? Is my child fine? The more I just get ignored. So I was okay with that. I started praying. Whatever happened, happened. I can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
I just felt like, because of that doctor who told me, you're going to be the cause of your child's death, because I couldn't keep the contractions in. He told me, you're going to be the cause of your child's death. I started blaming myself. I didn't know how to explain it to my husband. I didn't know how to explain it to the family, because I'm the cause of the child's death.
Poor baby. What an awful experience.
So I went out. I was lying there. They still tried to resuscitate the child. And then one of the pediatricians, they came to me. They said to me, sorry, ma'am, your child didn't make it. She was the only nice one there. And then a while went past, and then she came back. She asked me, do you want to see the child? So I said, yes, please. I asked to hold my child. They refused. I don't know what's the reason for that. And then I asked them to explain to me, but why can't I hold my child? And then they told me I'm in shock. But I was fine. I wasn't in any shock that I personally know of, because I was ready to just take my stuff and leave, even though I was still numb. So I asked her, if it's possible, can you please just take a picture for me of my child? Seeing that I can't hold him, I need to show my family.
This is awful.
So she took the pictures. She sent it to me, which I didn't get at that time because my bags and stuff were still in the theater. And then when I got back to, I don't know which ward that was, but it was a ward full of mothers with babies, mothers that still must get babies. And then on the right-hand side, just forgotten people, people they don't see to. No doctors come to check up on them. At that time, I didn't see their faces because everything was dark. Only the one side of that ward's lights were working. So I begged the nurse to get my stuff, but I had to bribe them to go fetch my stuff, just to get into contact with my family.
Disgraceful.
But they pushed me to the ward. They told me I must put myself on the other bed. I mean, I'm numb. How can they expect me to do that? I started praying again because I don't feel anything at that moment. I just need to go out. I need to get out of the hospital. So I lifted myself up, and then I didn't know that you can get paralyzed because of the epidural.
Yeah.
But thanks to God, I'm still here today, and He helped me through this. And it was just a very difficult time. She gave me my stuff eventually, and I didn't get anything for pain after the C-section. No one came to me. Only the next morning, a few doctors came and gave their condolences, and everyone just looked at me. They looked away and they cried because they didn't know how I'm handling the thing that I went through now. But there's a part that I left out. Sorry about that. Before I went into theater, I was in pain, and the student doctors, nurses, they threw me with wipes. With all the pushing, obviously, you pee and all that.
They didn't wipe you up themselves.
No.
They just threw it at you to sort yourself
Yeah,
out.
they told me I must
Leave it to the patient.
I must clean myself up because I must prep myself to go into theater. So they threw me with the wipes. I also had to get from the one bed to the other bed myself.
This sounds more like Auschwitz than a hospital. to me, the way you're describing. It's absolutely disgraceful. We've only got about 5 minutes left, Justine, and I'm still interested in hearing about the difficulty you had in seeing baby Liam's body afterwards, and then what the reaction to you has been from the hospital following this awful experience.
So the next morning, the 16th, they said my family can go have a look at the child. I'm not allowed to go with. But
Why?
I honestly don't know. Because 6 o'clock that morning I got up. I know you must do a few things before you can go home. So I prepared myself. I got out of bed. Then I went to go sit on a chair. I walked up and down just to go home so that they can see I'm strong enough to let me go. They didn't let me go. They just went on and on, same thing. You must stay in hospital for 3 days. But that was fine. I prepared myself to stay there. Then my mother and them went to look at the child's body. They came back and asked me, do I want the hospital to cremate my child or do I want to do it privately? So I said, I will get a funeral parlor. We will do it ourselves. So eventually the Saturday, I discharged myself. And then after a lot of things happened, I discharged myself. They told me I must go to the funeral parlor first thing Monday morning. So that's what I did. And then bring them the papers. When we got there at the funeral parlor, they said, no, it's fine. I didn't have to go through this. I could just tell the hospital that Journey's End will come fetch the child's body. And they told me they won't clean my child. The funeral parlor can do it, seeing that I'm doing it privately. And still, I couldn't see my child because the mortuary is closed on over the weekend.
Unbelievable.
The Monday, we went there after the funeral parlor. They couldn't find my child's body. They told me there's no child like that there. So obviously I got upset. I told them I give them 5 minutes and then I'll be back because I had to go sort out documentation. While I was busy sorting out everything, eventually they found my child. When we got there, we saw the child. You're not allowed to take pictures. You can only see him. My child was wrapped.
Who makes these rules?
The nurses and the doctors there. I don't know where they get the instructions from, but that's how it goes at Dora Nginza Hospital.
You obviously following this. I mean, it's absolutely heartbreaking for me to sit here and listen to you tell the story. You've obviously complained. You've tried to take steps to try and ensure accountability after this. Just talk me a little bit through that. What have you done and what's the reaction been like, Justine?
I don't know how many people I already emailed of the health department. They only came back to me on Friday to tell me I must, they want to make an appointment with me to sit and talk through everything that I complained about. So I will, during this week or maybe next week, I will go to the hospital and hear what they have to say.
But a caring hospital CEO, a caring doctor, a caring nursing staff, caring sisters would be reaching out to you. You wouldn't be needing to reach out to them. Has the CEO been in touch with you at all?
No, not at all. The only time that the hospital got into contact with me is after they read my story on Facebook. And then to me, it sounds like they got scared. Because I'm not going to leave it here. I want justice, not only for myself, but to all the other mothers that suffered at that hospital.
Absolutely right.
So
you're very brave for doing that. You really, really are. I don't think I'd have the strength that you have. I honestly don't. I do want to ask you as well. You amongst the people you reached out to, there was a member of. I see your sisters here, Kazel, who's been a pillar of support. But there's also a member from the political party, the PA, who came to join you. What was the reaction that they got when they intervened on your behalf?
to be honest, they were the only people that actually reached out to me. When they read my story, they reached out, and that Monday, everyone left what they're busy with just to come to me, to assist me, to listen to my story, and to be there for me.
Where does it go to from here?
I'm still busy sorting things out.
Are you considering legal action
Yes.
as possible recourse?
Yes.
Maybe, Kazel, you've been sitting here, and I know you're highly invested in the story. We could just get you close to a microphone, and you could share a few thoughts with me from your side, having to observe the pain that Jolene's had to go through.
We reached reached out. We do have our MPL, Stephanie Stacey Harms at the provincial legislature fighting for justice for baby Liam. There is some questions that we literally want some answers from the MEC of Health, the doctors involved, everybody. They sent emails out to Justine as to what is she gonna do, basically to like just cover the thing up. So we told her, you're not gonna go sit there without any legal representation. With
smart move,
you get what I'm saying? So because we know they're gonna try to cover up
and
bullying her, and I'm so proud of today for sitting here and speaking up. It is very emotional for all of us, myself and the chief, Jolene Solomon Basson, sitting behind me. As we've been doing this, we're sitting currently again with new stuff. So next week on Monday or today, I think, Justine is gonna meet up with a lawyer. She's not gonna go there at all alone with those bullies, because that's what they are. I call them bullies. I feel like they are murderers. They just kill. They don't have any remorse. They don't even I don't think they offered any psychological help or whatever the case may be.
It doesn't even seem like there was a tiniest modicum of sympathy.
Nothing. The only sympathy that Justine got was from us, myself and the chief, and obviously the MPL, Tiffany Stacey Harms, but we are fighting as much as we can. We are assisting Justine and with the help of Justice for Baby Liam. The hospital, Dora Nginza, showed no remorse, no support whatsoever the case may be. So we jumped in with the help of the MPL, Tiffany Stacey Harms, and Chief Jolene Solomon Basson, and to get as much as possible help as we can out there. The hospital itself, when we went there with our MPL, to do an oversight at the hospital, they slammed literally the door in her face because we wanted answers. We demand answers. We need to know who's going to take accountability and responsibility towards this. But then again, they sent back an email to Justine, and I told her, Justine, there's no way that you're going to go sit there with those people without any legal assistance. Whatever the case may be, it may be that we need to get you someone, we will, right? So she's going to sit today with him, with the lawyer, and talk with him as the way forward. Not to say that we will get Liam back, but we're taking action against all of these mothers going through the same thing repeatedly. It cannot be 5 stillborns in one night. It cannot be. And so just by the way, I think Justine forgot to mention that Liam actually weighed 4.1.
Can I ask you about your organization? You're an activist. Who are you representing?
Okay, I'm with the Patriotic Alliance. I am an activist with the PA, and I did not start this for any political thing, association or whatever. I started this. For me, it is I need to do something. I want to make a difference, especially in our health department and our legal and policing and whatever, because it's corrupt. Our health department is corrupt. The MEC of health, everybody, they needs to take accountability.
Outside of the terrible fact that baby Liam was stillborn and shouldn't have been, some of the treatment that Justine has described is absolutely disgraceful. Making her stand, not feeding her, making her clean herself, to be mocked and to be ridiculed by, in some cases, interns. There's an attitude problem amongst the medical staff there.
Most definitely, I agree, Darren. The way they treated her, for me, I cannot, might call me racist right now, but could it be that she's white, that they gave her that treatment? Because there's no way that you can tell a patient, especially a first-time mother, to clean herself, to stand up. You get what I'm saying? Who gives them the right to take away her personal belongings. And as like you heard, she was asking, can I please have my phone, her personal phone, just to make a phone call. They denying her that access to call her family members. Absolutely unacceptable.
Just in closing, an idea that I've been punting for years, because we hear about public health issues and challenges and difficulties that patients and the public face. Since you're with the PA, I'd be interested in your opinion. How about we have a law or a situation in this country where every single elected official, whether it's municipal level, provincial level, or national level, every single elected official and their immediate family have to use public health, the same health system that they've created for the public, they themselves have to use.
Wow, that's a great one. I would love that one, honestly.
Because I think they would sort out whatever problems there were, they would sort out.
Exactly, yeah, because you won't treat your own family the way you would treat someone else. And in fact, people should know this fact, right? These people, government is not doing us favors because we are taxpayers.
We're paying.
We are taxpayers. Some of our people do not know this. They are not going to, I don't want to use that word, uneducated let me refrain from it. But you know what I mean. Some of our people don't, especially the elderly, they're not informed. This is not a favor. You might have been a worker somewhere, may it be a teacher in your previous life or a nurse or whatever, goodyear, normal worker. You are a taxpayer. Maybe you get a normal SASSA grant. You still get, you paying tax. You get what I'm saying? So that one, we all pay that. So I totally agree on you with that one.
Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for assisting Justine. I've said it to her on air. I cannot believe the strength that she's showing, because if that had to happen to me, I'd buckle.
Again, we're gonna have to go now. I'm meeting again another baby in July, same hospital. 16-year-old. The baby's no more. The baby was thrown in the dustbin.
How do we improve this?
We need to get rid of the corrupt system. We need to uproot all those people sitting in power currently, because they are all.
We're following up on the hashtag JusticeForBabyLiam story. We've made our way out to Dora Nginza Hospital, and I'm going to go in and see if I can get an appointment with the CEO and hear from them what their side of the story is, why all that drama happened. The building marked administration seemed like the logical place to start. That didn't go too well. I couldn't find a single person at reception, a single person at any of the reception cubicles. There's no one there to speak to take any queries or to try and make an appointment with. Maybe I'm at the wrong building. This one says administrative building. I would have thought that was the right one. The patient then pointed us to the building where the CEO's office was located. It was a drab and depressing route, past litter, paint peeling and faded, and down dark, unlit passages. We were advised that the CEO was not able to speak to us, as all official comment had to come via the communications department 300 kilometers away in Bishu. You know, given the story that we're covering at the moment, the irony in this nurse's pledge, which is enshrined in, I don't know, would we call it a monument? That hasn't been particularly well maintained at Dora Nginza. Just focus on the words. I would love to know from all the nurses at Dora Nginza if they believe they are personally living up to the nurse's pledge as chiseled out here in granite. A drive around the Dora Nginza grounds confirmed the facility to look more like a post-apocalyptic wasteland or prison than a place of hope and health and healing.
This is the emergency section here at the back.
Wow, look at it, emergency only. I cannot imagine any sick or injured person ever saying, gee, I hope I get treated at Dora Nginza Hospital. These facilities clearly haven't been cared for or properly maintained for years. A symbol for what public health in South Africa has become.